Hello and welcome back to Let's Play UnderRail Expedition with me, Bring It On. Off camera, I didn't save it. Well, I did save it on a different save. I did go back and fight alongside Neville against the robots. I posted a comment in the last video. No matter what I did, I couldn't save Neville in that fight. They kept getting him because there were a lot of robots. Really fun fight, by the way. And I was wrong. There was something else there besides this SMG. There is a unique oddity behind one of the doors. You can only get it, it seems, if the robots come out. It's called the Toy Robot, and it gives you 3 XP. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to stick to my guns and sell some stuff. She doesn't want to... Alright, never mind. She doesn't want to buy anything. Alright, let's talk to Median Samuel. Brondon, where have you been? You've been gone for a while, as I was told. I managed to track down Rassifor Neville. Track down? Magnificent Chert, tell me what happened. Neville somehow managed to get past the Rassifors guarding the Harpocrates station entrance and find a hidden vent which he was then able to crawl into. Get past the guards. There was a minor emergency in the utility section that could have distracted the guards. Interesting. It never occurred to me that these two events could have been somehow connected. And the vent. Very interesting, no? Do you know... Excuse me, I almost sneezed. Might still sneeze. Ah, alright. An event. Very interesting, no? Did he know about it before he... Never mind. Then what happened, brother? I followed him through the vents and ended up in a facility in which he had triggered a security alarm. Some defense bots were about to attack us, but I managed to hack the console and prevent it. By the chert, tell me what really happened. The situation is far too serious to make jokes, novitiate. As strange as it might sound to you, that is what happened there, Mediant. Several seconds pass before he continues. You're serious. By the chert. Now I've heard everything. So, you managed to deal with the sentries and escape. What about Neville? I'm gonna say that he's dead. I tried to speak to him, but at some point it turned violent. So you're forced to call him. And did you manage to learn anything about his motives to abandon his duty? Did he see anything? He babbled some unintelligible mumbo-jumbo at a certain point, but other than that, I learned nothing. He sighs. Right. Listen carefully. You don't want to talk to anyone about this, understand? Not to anyone, from preservation or otherwise. Not even to Harmos when he returns, and not even to Iodine. May he pardon me. He gives you 400 Stygian coins. Now that we understand each other on that matter, let's lighten up the mood for a bit. That's a weird way to say that. Is there going to be a party? If you're referring to the anniversary celebration, that is a month away. What I mean is, you are a novitiate. You've done good work for preservation, therefore Institute of Chert. And yet you're still a novitiate. I say we change that, no? I've seen enough. You deserve to become a Rassifor, Brondon, to proudly serve preservation forces while enjoying the benefits of your well-earned promotion. You will serve to preserve the Institute of Chert, and it will preserve you too. Unfortunately, His Excellency is still absent, and therefore I can't bring this matter to him right now. But what I can do is send you directly to Iodine. I'll contact the proto-notary and arrange a meeting with Iodine so you can discuss your future. His office is behind a set of double doors on the floor above, just opposite the stairs that lead down into the main hall. I'll see Iodine at once, your notability. Trick guide you. Trick guide you too, Brondon. And actually, before I do that, I am going to leave, because I want to go drop off the unique SMG that I have. I meant to do that off camera, but I forgot about it. Because I was more excited to go back and fight all those robots. So when you fight the robots, there's a few kamikaze bots, not as many as I would have imagined. And very few sentry bots as well, which is fine because they do 0 damage to me. But there's a bunch of plasma bots. Like, I think plasma bots outnumber all the other bots in that area. I feel like I'm approaching the a point where it's going to be hard for me to get back. Because I am familiar with the last area of the game. Not like I don't know anything about it outside that I know it's hard to get back from. And I've tried to keep spoilers to a minimum. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. There we go. Yeah, I would say that robot fight was one of the more fun fights that I've had. I regret hacking the console in the official playthrough. Because 3 XP is valuable, but at least I know that I missed it, and I was skeptical the whole time. That's why I went back and replayed it, because I was like, "There's no way that all those doors that open aren't going to have something behind it." I think I expressed some concern in the last episode as well. Alright, so first things first. Oh yeah, I didn't look for a rift in the Institute. I'd be willing to bet that there is one. We will check medical real quick for some adrenaline shots and maybe some health hypos. Yeah, sure, we'll grab all those. Alright. Alright, then we go talk to Ida, and I assume it's going to be a lengthy conversation. So I gotta try and get some coffee into my body before I go and talk to him. Or else my throat might not hold up. Yeah, what up, Natia? Adon is waiting for you in his office, Brondon. Well, I'm glad you're relevant. Even if I don't need it, I mean, I may as well take it, right? What's up, Idon? Tchortist Evolution. Welcome to my office. What do you seek, Brondon? You mentioned that the figurine was a part of some set. Can you tell me more about that? I can tell you little, for it is due to be unveiled at the 100th anniversary of Institute of Church existence. The set is called Conquering the Surface, and it consists of 3 pieces crafted entirely out of finest materials. The last piece that was due to arrive, one you retrieved, is called Reaching Man. For the rest, you will have to be patient just a while longer, Brondon. Can you tell me more about that anniversary celebration? Mentioning any details would spoil the surprise. Just know that it will be magnificent. Our institution deserves nothing less. Few of the details are known even to me, for I too deserve to be surprised from time to time, do I not? Can you describe Tchort to me? It would be most difficult to do so, Brondon. Tchort is formless. Once its regeneration cycle is completed, however, it will have transformed into a being worthy of finest, beautiful, magnificent description. Since I'm the only one blessed with the privilege of seeing it with my own eyes, you have to be satisfied with such a minimalist response. Is there a picture of it at least? No. Since no one but you have ever seen it, how are you able to prove to people that it existed back when you first formed the Institute of Tchort? Many weren't willing to believe it unless they saw it with their very own eyes. Concrete evidence and knowledge, however, that I had brought with me from deep caverns was enough to convince most. Over the years, we have proven every claim time and time again, and we still continue to absorb more knowledge from Tchort. Can you tell me more about the surface? Have you seen it? What's it like there? No, but it exists. Evidence from the old world only provides mere hints regarding its appearance, however. The only certainty is that it is currently uninhabitable. We desire to repopulate it, and for that to succeed, we require change within us. We need to advance ourselves, evolve, in order to withstand its living conditions. Tchort possesses that ability, for it has done just that for millennia, purposely adapting whenever necessary in order to perpetuate its existence. In nature, it is accomplished through numerous generations and random chance, but Tchort is different, however. It is a highly desirable trait that we can and must apply if we are ever to succeed at conquering the surface. And how old are you exactly? His answer comes after a slight delay. Revealing my age would be like revealing Tchort's. Utterly pointless. I'm sure that you have deduced by now that I am more than a century old. I suppose that you're more interested in how I've managed to live for so long. Am I right, Brondon? Actually, I was just about to ask you that. My age is the testament to Tchort's magnificence, and is the product of directed evolution. Thanks to Tchort, we have managed to severely prolong the average human lifespan by analyzing its regenerative abilities so that we would be able to directly apply at least some of it to the human genome. We're able to accomplish this through a special technique that allows for genetic engineering of that extent on mature multicellular organisms. The end result? Tripled lifespan, tripled, according to our current estimates that is, which is most excellent, you would agree. So, is everyone in the Institute going to live to be as old as you? Not yet, Brondon. Genetic engineering is problematic for the sole reason of having an incredibly delayed feedback. Let's use a simple example. You wish to change a light bulb. You screw one into its socket and flick the switch, instantly knowing whether it is working or not. Simple. Opposite of that, when you're working with living, ever-changing subjects, you have to wait for at least one generation, if not more, to complete their full life cycles, carefully monitoring them before you can be certain that the modifications to the genome do not have undesired, even disastrous effects. It is a slow process, sadly. In this case, I am the test subject. My genome was manipulated well into my maturity, and even after a century has passed, we still have to monitor my condition until we are satisfied. For instance, we don't know how the modifications affect a subject if applied at conception. I hope that was a satisfying response. Are you the only one that can communicate to Tchort? Yes, I'm the only one that can enter its chamber and nucleus without greatly disturbing it. Despite being unable to speak to me in any conventional way, we are able to communicate in a very basic level through a, let's call it a telepathic link, but it's far from such. It's difficult to describe to someone who's never experienced it. While there is a large number of both investigation and preservation personnel present in Nucleus, no one but me is allowed to directly approach Tchort or even enter its chamber, and so far no one even tried, which is most excellent. And how do you go to deep caverns? We have a way. And why can't you move Tchort here, closer to you? Wouldn't it be safer here? It'd be simpler to defend, true, but trying to move it in its current state, however, would be stressful and could potentially be damaging to Tchort. Besides, due to its size, our current means of transportation to deep caverns would provide inadequate. Alright, I understand. I notice everyone calls you just Iodine, without ever mentioning any title like everyone else. Why is that? A most excellent question, Brondon, but there is one fine detail you've missed, for Iodine doubles as my title as well as my name. The word Iodine means intellectual knowledge, and I was first given that name by the earliest members of the Institute. The reason is simple. My Tchortist brothers and sisters felt and still feel, I cannot deny it, that I'm the one who relays knowledge to them, largely that surrounding Tchort. but from other scientific fields as well. I proudly accepted this name and substituted it for my former one. What was your real name then? Reread the original report. That is all I'm going to say. How do you feel about the Protectorate presence in Upper UnderRail? UnderRail Protectorate are no threat to us. We occupy completely opposite parts of Upper UnderRail and have little to no interaction. At least that is the current state of affairs. Their obvious expansionist agenda cannot be ignored, and after observing it in action since their arrival, we prepared ourselves to effectively counter any unwanted advances. The free drones are a painful thorn in their side, mostly in the north, dare they admit it or not, so we, Harmo, Stavros, and I, believe they will focus most of their efforts on securing the southern part of Lower UnderRail, Junkyard and Rail Crossing, which team with free drone activity. In addition, the inefficiency of transporting troops and personnel through the core city, is one other major obstacle they must overcome. It will take at least a few more years, according to our estimates, before we need to view them as an actual threat. It will always be one step ahead of them. And what is your opinion of the free drones? They are the antithesis to the Protectorate, a force acting in the opposite direction. It is the nature of politics, an eternal war of conflicting ideologies waged to entities that embody them. Even if the free drones lose the war, the ideology will not disappear. For its most basic building element, the negation of control and oppression will instead act as a seed for another group, another organization, another entity. Destroying such a basic urge could only be achieved through the destruction of humankind. But enough of politics, as a time-consuming subject, and time I haven't. Was there anything else? Alright, I was sent here by Mediant Samuel to talk to you about becoming an official member of Preservation Forces. Yes, Brondon. I was informed of your achievements already by Mediant Samuel. He claimed that you possessed all the traits of a true Racifor, one who will use all means available to preserve this institution, as well as Tchort. If this is what you wish, then know that your place among the Racifors will be as certain as Tchort's magnificence. However, we will have to honor the tradition and wait for Harmos to return from Deep Caverns, for he must attend the ceremony during which you and other novitiates will receive your new titles, and new duties. If that is what you seek, Brondon, are you sure this is the path you're willing to take? Or perhaps your heart guides you elsewhere? It is not too late to reconsider. There are more ways to reach one's destination. Yeah, this is what I want. To become a part of Preservation Forces and preserve, Tchort, you, and this whole institution. Most excellent, Brondon. I have no doubt that you will perform your duty with outstanding zeal, for your actions have already spoken of your exceptional dedication. However, I must ask of you to be patient just a bit more. Harmos' return is not too far off. Then, you'll be a novitiate no more, but at Racifor. I'd like to go to Deep Caverns and personally guard Tchort, if you'd allow it. Tchort is guarded only by the most elite members of Preservation Forces, even though you possess the will, which I admire and recognize. You do not yet possess certain skills and knowledge. Deep Caverns is a monotonous place with voracious wildlife unlike anything you've seen so far. Infested with the corrupted faceless, who are equally adept at bringing doom to others as they are to themselves. In time, however, if you prove fit for that sort of duty, I would be glad to dispatch you to Deep Caverns, and rest easy knowing that Tchort has the best protection I can possibly provide him. Well, thank you very much, Idon. I can't wait for the ceremony. I believe there's nothing more to be said regarding this matter. You'll be notified when... Idon abruptly stops talking. You're unsure why at first, then you start getting this feeling that your guts are vibrating. It is so subtle that you are unsure whether you're imagining it or not. Idon's reaction suggests the latter to be true, though. He tilts his head up, keeping perfectly still and calm otherwise, while maintaining silence. Soon, the vibrations grow in intensity. Do you feel that? No, I don't feel that. Once the tremors die down, Idon drops his gaze back to you. That was surprising. I received no warning from investigation regarding potential seismic activity. Back on the subject, you'll be notified when the time comes. Are there any further questions you had for me? No, Tchort guide you, Idon. Tchort guide us all, Brondon. Now what? Okay. I should investigate the cause, that's it? The only thing I can think is either the utility station below, or who should I talk to? Let's go talk to Median Samuel, since that's who I decided to side with. Shoot. He's back the other way. I'm guessing I have to get to the west wing because there's still that strange console or panel or whatever it is over there. So I had to guess. It's probably the Faceless, right? Because they're the ones that caused the last earthquake. That seems to be their thing. The tremors are beginning to worry me, brother. Something is not right. And what do you think of these tremors? They simply won't cease. It is puzzling, but I don't have an answer. Department of Physics possesses a seismograph, yet they haven't warned us of any tremors, which makes everything even more peculiar. But I have more important things to worry about right now, brother. I'm sure important information will reach me. So let's go talk to Physics then. Alright, so that did set us on the right path. Because I should know where it's coming from. Are you here to ask about the tremors? Because everyone swarmed here after the ground started shaking, like it was something we were causing. Reminds me of the particle accelerator black hole panic from a few years ago. Magnificent chart. And what can you tell me about these tremors? We have a seismograph set up here in the lab. We monitor it very carefully. First of all, these tremors came out of nowhere. There's no previous indication that an earthquake was about to happen. And second, we still do not know why it is happening. Do you maybe know the direction they are coming from? Well now, the readings, if they are correct, and they should be, imply it's coming from the west. I obviously can't pinpoint it specifically, brother. Why do you ask? Interesting. I'll be right back. Short guide you. Alright, so west wing. I'm just gonna go to the west wing, see what happens. I keep forgetting that these guys, I'm not friends with these guys. I'm not allied with the Institute of Tchort. I'm here to see what they're up to. There's a lot of friendly people here. There's a lot of good people in the Institute. But I do believe that Neville is telling the truth about the monsters down in the utility section. So I guess you can't go there unless you turn the whole Institute hostile. Which I was tempted to do. I was tempted to just come in here and start swinging. Alright, so is there anywhere I haven't been in this area? So if I go this way leads to the, that strange panel, right? Where that, 6 character was standing. So I wonder what this is for. Alright, well if it's not there, let's head, I guess south. See, this is new. Oh, they're new. As soon as your presence becomes known to the 2 faceless guards, they raise their weapons in unison, ready to use them. But suddenly, they freeze. The hallway becomes noiseless, Even when the two guards lower their weapons, you hear no talking, nor notice any visible signals between them. Several seconds pass before one of them turns around. Yeah, wait and see what happens. The nearing of yet another armed faceless evokes a strange feeling of familiarity, and only when he finally stops right in front of you do you remember. He is the injured faceless you rescued back in Core City. Indeed, you recognize his damaged mask. With each passing second, you seem to recall every little dent and scratch on it. As the puzzle solves itself in your head and completes that very image, you notice how every red wound has now been replaced with a pale scar, and how that bleeding cylinder on his arm has now been straightened out and is now in line with the other two. Other than the fact that he is in a much healthier condition than used to be back then, there is yet another major difference between this encounter and the one from Core City. One you notice as soon as he reaches underneath his mask, makes a subtle twisting motion, and begins talking to you with a synthesized voice. Greetings. If you value your life, you will leave the Institute of Tchort at once, while there is still time. Wait, what is going on here? What are you doing here? There's a brief pause as the three faceless stand in silence, motionless, staring at you. The pause feels longer than it actually is, but ends once you are spoken to again. The invasion is imminent. The Institute of Tchort will soon be overrun, and everyone inside eliminated. You helped me in Core City. I still live because of you, and for this sole reason you will receive this warning. Now leave. Should you linger on when the invasion begins, you'll be treated no differently than the Tchortists. That is my message. Well, I'm glad you survived. Thanks for the warning, and farewell. He nods, and reaches underneath his mask to end the conversation. Afterward, he finally walks away. Let's quick save. I'm interested to see if this leads anywhere. Nope, they do not want me to go back there. That's fine. It's fine. I understand. Let's get out of here. I think I'm just going to go for that hole and drop down. I'm fine with it wiping out the Institute. I don't want to get involved. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go drop down and then circle around. And try and enter the Institute from the front and see what happens. I'm assuming they're going to invade, and then maybe I have to pick a side once I'm inside. Oh no, this is exciting. I'm a little banged up. I should be okay. Or maybe I have to go tell them that they're about to attack. I could have been faster. Oh well, let's go get healed up first. I thought they were going to attack while I was gone. No adrenaline shots. I'll grab some bandages. Alright, so we go talk to Idon about the Faceless. Or maybe let's turn it into Median Samuel. I feel like Idon's the appropriate person to talk to about it, so since he's available, I can start reporting things directly to him. Alright, Tchortist Evolution. Welcome to my office. What do you seek, Brondon? Idon, I have important news. I've been to the West Wing and found a faceless tunneler carrying fully armed troops. He answers without delay. That is the cause of these tremors. Faceless. Speak quickly, Brondon. What other information do you have for me? Yeah, I didn't... Yeah, well, I killed the whole tunneler crew. Most excellent, Brondon. The corrupted faceless should never be sympathized with, but cold whenever the opportunity arises. However, were you able to see or hear anything regarding the motives behind their arrival? Not really. I need to return there and try to learn their purpose there. And if more will be coming, also be discreet. Panic is the last thing we need. Ugh, fine. The Faceless. Did you learn anything new? I actually managed to talk to the Faceless. I found they are planning an invasion on Institute of Tchort soon. He makes no motion or sound in acknowledgement of what you just told him. At least not right away. His response comes after this uncanny pause. I was trying to be sneaky, because I'm trying to ally with the Faceless while betraying the Institute. See, it doesn't seem like it's possible. Listen, you were warned about the invasion? I find that highly implausible. Why would the Faceless willingly reveal their plans? Even conversing with someone not of their kin is difficult to comprehend, as proven by their corrupted nature. However, I have no reason to doubt you, however strange the situation might seem. Was there anything else? That is all I know. What happens now? Now we must make an appropriate counteraction. Tchort needs to be preserved at all costs. First, we must mobilize all preservation forces we have available. Then we must alert Harmos Stavros and his Rassifors in deep caverns. Since communication with both cytosine outposts as well as the nucleus has been made difficult after the earthquake, someone will have to make a descent. It'd be wisest if I was the one to make the descent to deep caverns, and personally make sure that Tchort remains safe. Me and Samuel will be left in charge of the Institute's defenses. And how about you go to deep caverns? This building possesses an elevator beneath this office. It is the only access point to deep caverns available. The elevator at the back of my office will take us to the chamber below. The elevator to deep caverns lies there. If you are allowed access to it, yet due to the situation you found yourself in, you'll be among those selected few. Follow me, Brondon, for there are a few more words I must exchange with you before I leave. I'm ready to go, illustrious Idine. I'm ready to stand by your side. Alright, I'm ready to go. Most excellent. I'll meet you in the chamber below. Do not take long. Okay, so I guess we're about to head to deep caverns. I don't know if I'm ready to go to deep caverns. I assume I have enough stuff. I don't think it's gonna get much better than this. Shoot. Should I go grab repair kits? I don't know how easy they're gonna be down there. Oh boy. Alright. I'm gonna save here. Let's do a new one. We'll do before deep caverns. Actually, you know what? It's time to end the episode here anyway. I'm gonna call it here. In the next one, we will make a decision whether or not I go back and grab some repair kits and stuff before we descend, because I don't know how hard they're gonna be to find down there, and I really don't want to be caught with my pants down. So, anyway, thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next episode.